John, welcome to Talk 107.3 FM. How are you, man?
Doing fine. How about you?
Doing great. All right. I saw an email the other day reminding me to get myself financially ready for hurricane season, and I had to pause for just a second, and I was like, wait, what? And it brought to light a number of good ideas, some very common sense things that people often forget to do when counting down to hurricane season, which, oh, by the way, starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
What should folks be doing to get themselves in order?
Well, there are really 5 things they should do, and I think the first thing is to check your insurance for a couple of reasons. You want to make sure it's up to date, there's no lapses. Mm-hmm. Also, it's very important to know now what kind of insurance you have. You know, policies have changed, it seems like, over the last 5 or 10 years, and many policies are replace the actual cash value of your loss rather than the replacement cost. So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure here. I would suggest you consider a policy that's going to give full replacement cost, because you're not going to one that just covers your cash value is not going to be enough to resolve the loss.
Right.
Yeah, another thing really important, this is beyond hurricanes, I would encourage everybody to enroll in online banking and direct deposit. My clients are typically retired, and I tell them that we have a number of concerns, and certainly with online banking, you're going to reduce your exposure to identity theft. But in addition to that, if a hurricane hits and you're relocated out of your house, you're going to be much better served to have online banking and direct deposit.
Well, yeah, especially if your paycheck comes from an area that isn't exactly where you are at the time. I mean, if you work for a local company, locally based company, and you might experience a problem with getting that check if they're just in just as dire straits as you are as far as being hit by the hurricane. But say you work for a national or multinational company, your paycheck comes from somewhere else. You can make sure your bank has it, and you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's just controlling something. You just control what you can control. And you got a good point. If you're working for a local company, that on both ends you have trouble getting that check. So
right.
I would encourage everybody to look at online banking and direct deposit for a variety of reasons.
And now, while we're talking about putting money in the bank, you also need to take some money out of the bank, correct?
Yeah, and I would suggest having 3 to 5 days of cash available, because if your hurricane hits, you may find it's difficult to get to the bank, or the online services may not be on. So it's smart to keep probably a week's worth of cash on hand.
Right, and this is something that we all become. We're all subject to it. I find myself doing it just like everybody else. It's the debit card. Well, the debit card all the time, everywhere I go.
And I have 3 teenagers at home, so I find that sometimes that cash isn't there when I need it. So I just make sure you've got it.
Right. But I mean, think about it. If power's out everywhere, where can you actually use your debit card? You can have cash on hand, and you can get those emergency goods that you might need after a storm.
Yeah, and even if you can hunt one down somewhere in town, you eliminate a lot of stress in a stressful time by having that cash available. So I would encourage everybody to keep 3 to 5 days worth of cash available.
The next one you have here, which I find that it ought to be an exercise for us routinely, but we all put it off. We all procrastinate. And you say to organize your papers.
Oh, yeah, because you think about it. If you do experience hurricane damage, you're going to have to file claims. And to do that, you're going to need all your insurance policies. I would have your health insurance policies, your credit card and bank information, your vehicle registration, things like that. I would keep have those organized, and I'd also keep them in a secure storage.
Yeah, that's the last one on your list there. Create some secure storage. And this one, I think a lot of folks in New Orleans learned the hard way with Katrina, and the rest of us got a free lesson from the folks in New Orleans with Katrina, is that an entire house can be wiped out. You can lose literally everything. Oh,
yeah, we had several friends that did just exactly that. So you can get a waterproof, fireproof safe, and I think that's a smart idea. Everybody have one of those in their house. Mm-hmm. And if you do these 5 things, we can't prevent the hurricane, but you can certainly make your ability to survive it much better. So I would have safe storage where you've got these important documents and cash also in this locked waterproof container.
Right, and when it comes to the secure storage, I mean, you think about the documents you might have in and around your house, whether it be mortgage statements, insurance statements, everything in the previous 4 that we just talked about can be right there as well. So can't underemphasize or overemphasize the importance of secure storage in the time of a storm.
Yeah, those organized papers just talked about a little while ago, those should go in there. And on our website with JCN Financial, we have quite a bit of information that would help people address this and other matters as well.
Yeah, jcnfinancial.com. And you know what? We are just about out of time here. John, I appreciate your time. Very valuable information because it's something that often gets overlooked in the time of a storm. let's hope we don't have to use it.
I sure hope. Last year was a good year for us. Hopefully we'll have another one like that.
Yeah, John Neyland from JCN Financial. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Later.